The energy in the arena was electric, but no one could anticipate the storm that was about to hit Raw. Bron Breakker had just stepped into the ring, fresh off a grueling WrestlePalooza showdown. His performance had been nothing short of heroic, executing powerful suplexes, precision strikes, and that signature spine-crushing German suplex that left the crowd roaring. The WWE Universe erupted in cheers, chanting his name, rallying behind the rising star who many believed could carry the company into a new era. Fans thought the night was about Breakker's moment. They thought they were witnessing the rise of a dominant force who had conquered everything in his path at WrestlePalooza. They were wrong. Backstage, hidden from the cameras, Brock Lesnar was watching. Calm, calculated. His eyes followed every move Bron made on the screen monitors. He didn't need to rush. He didn't need theatrics. Brock had a plan, a ruthless, strategic plan designed to humiliate, incapacitate, and send a clear message: no one is untouchable, not even Bron Breakker. As the show went live, Breakker was giving a post-match promo, basking in the adrenaline of his performance. "I fought everyone, and I keep proving that I'm the future of this company," he shouted, voice echoing through the arena. The crowd cheered louder, rallying behind the young powerhouse. But then, the Titantron flickered, and the arena went dark. A hush fell over the crowd. Fear and confusion replaced the celebration. Suddenly, Brock Lesnar's theme hit low, ominous, and terrifying. The audience erupted into a mix of boos and gasps. Bron's expression shifted instantly. He knew this was coming. Brock didn't rush to the ring like a mindless animal. He walked slowly, deliberately, every step calculated. He didn't need theatrics. His presence alone was threatening enough. Bron squared up, fists ready, but Brock wasn't there to fight in a traditional match. He was there to make a statement. The ambush began. Brock lunged at Breakker with brutal force, targeting his midsection with bone-jarring strikes. The crowd screamed as Bron staggered back, trying to mount a defense. Every time he countered, Brock read it like a book, sidestepping and retaliating with calculated precision. This wasn't chaos, it was control disguised as chaos. Bron tried to rally, hitting Brock with a few high-impact strikes, but Brock's composure was unshakable. A well-timed knee to the gut, a German suplex perfectly executed, and Bron was on the mat, gasping, the life forced out of him in seconds. The arena erupted into a mix of anger and awe. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Bron Breakker, the rising star, was being systematically dismantled by Lesnar's strategic aggression. Commentary tried to process it. Corey Graves, voice trembling, said Brock Lesnar didn't just attack Bron Breakker, he taught him a lesson. This is calculated chaos. Every strike, every move was designed to leave Breakker exposed. Michael Cole added, the audacity. After WrestlePalooza, Bron had the momentum, and Brock just shattered it. The ambush continued outside the ring. Brock threw Bron into the steel steps, into the barricade, each impact calculated to hurt but not kill. Brock wasn't there to finish Bron, he was there to send a message. Every slam, every suplex, every strike screamed, don't get ahead of me. Don't think you're untouchable. The fans were furious. Chants of Brock cheated and let him fight filled the arena. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of the ambush went viral. Tweets flooded in: Brock is ruthless, they can't let him do this to Breakker, this is insane. The fury was global. Backstage, WWE officials scrambled. Breakker's allies tried to intervene, but Lesnar's ambush was too precise. Cameras caught Damian Priest and Seth Rollins looking concerned, whispering urgently. He's planning something bigger, Priest muttered, realizing Brock's attack wasn't just random, it was strategic domination. After leaving Bron broken in the ring, Brock finally retreated, walking up the ramp calmly, almost smug. He didn't need a mic. He didn't need to gloat. The damage spoke for itself. The crowd booed, jeered, and raged, but the message was clear: Brock Lesnar had made a calculated statement, and Bron Breakker had paid the price. The segment ended with Bron struggling to get to his feet, clutching his ribs and midsection. The medical team rushed to check him, but it was clear he wasn't just bruised, he was in pain, and the damage could affect his trajectory in WWE. Meanwhile, fans continued to express anger, outrage, and anticipation for the inevitable rematch. The fallout from Brock Lesnar's ambush was immediate, and the WWE Universe erupted into chaos. Social media blew up within minutes after the Raw broadcast. Clips of Bron Breakker being methodically dismantled were trending worldwide. Fans everywhere were furious, calling the attack unfair, ruthless, and calculated. Hashtags like #BrockAmbush, #JusticeForBron, and #RawChaos dominated Twitter feeds. Every fan felt it: the audacity, the arrogance, and the sheer brutality of Brock's attack. Backstage, the scene was just as tense. Superstars huddled in clusters, whispering, pointing, and speculating about Brock's next move. Damian Priest paced nervously, eyes darting around, as Seth Rollins muttered under his breath, he's planning something. This isn't over. Brock doesn't just strike, he manipulates and dominates. He wants fear. The energy in the locker room was electric. Anger, worry, and anticipation mingled like storm clouds waiting to erupt. Bron Breakker, meanwhile, was being treated by WWE medical staff. His ribs were bruised, his midsection battered, and every movement caused visible pain. But what shocked the audience most was his spirit. Though battered, his eyes burned with determination. Cameras captured him training lightly, testing his mobility, and even muttering under his breath, "I'm not done. Not yet." The crowd, both in the arena and online, instantly fell in love with his resilience. Fans felt their fury at Brock Lesnar compounded by admiration for Breakker's courage. The commentators couldn't stop replaying the ambush, breaking down every calculated strike Brock delivered. Corey Graves' voice shook as he said Brock Lesnar didn't just attack Bron Breakker, he sent a warning. Every strike was planned. Every suplex was meant to instill fear. Bron has been tested like never before. Michael Cole added, and the WWE Universe is furious. Nobody expected Brock to ambush him like this after WrestlePalooza, no less. This changes everything for Raw and the future of the division. The arena was buzzing as Raw continued, but the shadow of Brock's ambush loomed large. Every match, every segment, was overshadowed by what had just occurred. Fans shouted Bron's name, some even demanding retaliation. Social media mirrored this intensity. Every fan clip, every gif of Brock tossing Breakker across the ring, every close-up of Bron's pained expression was dissected, debated, and shared. WWE had created a narrative so intense that it became impossible for viewers to turn away. Backstage, discussions about storylines and the division's future were frantic. Officials debated how to handle Bron's recovery and how to build a pay-per-view showdown with Brock that would satisfy the enraged fanbase. Some argued for a slow, suspenseful build to maximize tension, while others wanted an immediate confrontation to capitalize on the viral outrage. Meanwhile, Brock remained aloof, quietly watching from the shadows, almost enjoying the chaos he'd created. The next week on Raw, the tension exploded. Bron appeared in the opening segment, leaning on the ropes, visibly recovering but eyes burning with fury. Brock Lesnar thinks he can intimidate me. He thinks he can break me. He's wrong. I will get my chance, and when I do, there won't be a loophole, a backstage ambush, or a calculated move that saves him. When I step into the ring with Brock Lesnar, it's going to be war, he declared, and the crowd erupted. Chants of Breakker, Breakker, Breakker shook the arena. Brock Lesnar's music hit soon after. The arena exploded with boos, anger, and disbelief. Brock walked to the ring with that signature calm, calculating demeanor. He didn't say a word. He didn't need to. His presence alone was enough to send the crowd into a frenzy. Bron squared up, fists clenched, but Brock simply smirked and exited, leaving Bron burning with anger and the crowd in outrage. It was a chess match, psychological warfare that made the ambush seem even more brutal in retrospect. The WWE Universe erupted online. Fans debated endlessly, how should Bron retaliate? Should WWE book a revenge pay-per-view match? Could anyone stop Brock Lesnar? The calculated, strategic nature of Brock's attack had elevated the storyline beyond a simple fight. It became a narrative about dominance, fear, and respect. Every post, clip, and meme fueled fan outrage, ensuring that when the rematch happened, the anticipation would be deafening. Commentators continued to fuel the fire. Corey Graves said Brock Lesnar has sent a clear message. He's a predator, and he chose his moment. Bron Breakker survived, but he's been scarred. Not just physically, but mentally. This rivalry is going to define Raw for months. Michael Cole added, and the WWE Universe is furious, rightfully so. Brock Lesnar didn't just win a fight, he ambushed a future star in front of everyone, and the repercussions are massive. Backstage segments showed Bron training, aggressively pushing through his injuries. He lifted weights, performed suplex drills, and threw punches into pads, each movement a declaration. He was not finished, he would not be intimidated, and he was ready to fight. Meanwhile, Brock watched silently from shadows, preparing for the inevitable showdown that would define their careers. As Raw progressed, fan outrage reached a fever pitch. Every match, every promo, every segment was overshadowed by the ambush. Twitter and Reddit were ablaze with discussions. Brock is ruthless, Bron better get his revenge, this storyline is insane. WWE had managed to turn a single, calculated attack into a week-long viral sensation. The segment ended with Bron Breakker standing tall in the ring, battered but unbroken, the camera zooming in on his fiery gaze. Corey Graves' closing words summed it up perfectly. Brock Lesnar may have ambushed him, but Bron Breakker's spirit cannot be destroyed. The question is not if they will clash again, but when, and how devastating will it be. The WWE Universe was left enraged, anxious, and utterly hooked. Brock Lesnar had not just attacked Bron Breakker, he had rewritten the narrative of Raw. Fans were desperate for justice, desperate to see Breakker rise, and desperate to witness the inevitable clash between two of WWE's most dominant forces.